Good morning, my fellow meditation devotion friend. Let's go ahead and get into courage to change this morning. I already did the Rooted in God's Love devotion. I usually will do like 3 different devotional books on my own when I have time. If I'm in a rush, I could probably only get a couple, and I usually will do my devotions in the drive to work as well. It's the best way to leverage my time. In the past, I remember when I was in my early 20s, I had all the time in the world to just do my reading and meditation. I would do an hour a day, cut out an hour just to do that. But now with lots of activities going on, I have to leverage my time. So let's do Courage to Change. And this is February 21st. Thanks to Al-Anon's tradition, I am able to have a sponsor whose politics are abhorrent to me. Although we totally disagree on other issues, this person has helped me to learn valuable lessons about serenity, courage, and wisdom. If I had insisted on a sponsor with political views exactly like my own, I would have missed out on an extraordinarily rich and beneficial relationship. I think that the spirit of the 10th tradition has made this possible. It states that the Al-Anon family group have no opinion on outside issues, hence our name ought never be drawn into public controversy. At the group level, this means that I can go to a meeting and I know that I won't be recruited for any particular cause. As a group, we have a single purpose: to support one another as we recover from the effects of alcoholism or drug addiction. That's not in here, but alcoholism or drug addiction or somebody's behavioral addiction. But on a personal level, this tradition allows me to establish a valuable relationship with a person who, under less supportive conditions, I might have been hard-pressed to treat with civility. Now here's the daily reminder. Today, I could be more tolerant of other views as I learn to take what I like and leave the rest. I don't have to let outside issues distract me from my primary spiritual goal. I'll keep the doors open, for I never know where I might find help. And the quote for the day is, within the fellowship, the thing that has brought us together must remain our sole concern. So the primary purpose is to get support one another, to recover from the effects of alcoholism or the alcoholic in our life. This just reminds me that we people that get together for recovery purposes, we're people that normally wouldn't meet. We probably have nothing else in common. However, we do have in common that we have an alcoholic or an addict in our life, and that we do better in life when we help each other out, go through those situations. And we're not always I'm not always in lockstep with all the people that I meet in recovery. I'm not in lockstep with my sponsor or my mentor. I don't think they ever try to force me to think and feel in every way that they think and feel. I've always had you know, the freedom of thought and diversity of thought within my recovery groups. The one thing that we do though is we always reference the material. Like, what does the material say? You know, I remember when my sponsor used to tell me, there's what I say, and there's what you say, and then there's what the program says. So let's check out what the program says. Or he would say there's what I say, there's what you say, and then there's what God says. Let's read the Bible. Let's see what God says. So I always take that into consideration when there's multiple opinions on whatever subject. And it's a place to recovery, I found, is like a place to get rest from all the chaos of the world, and that those type of issues don't need to be a part of any of our conversations when it comes to recovery, and when it comes to considering people's ideas and thinking about beliefs. The part where take the best and leave the rest, that having a chew and spit model, that, you know, just like if you chew a piece of meat and it's nasty, you spit it out, or you chew a good piece of meat and it's delicious, and you swallow it. It's the same thing with people's ideas. That, okay, I'm going to listen to your ideas. I'm going to listen to where you're coming from. I'm going to chew, and maybe I'm going to spit this one out. Or maybe, you know what, I am going to adopt that mindset, or I have no other choice but to adopt that mindset until I have something better, or I find something that is contrary to what you're sharing with me. And yeah, things could be jarring and emotional when you hear things the first time that are brand new, or you hear them for the first time. But sometimes the things that are painful to hear are just painful because they're the truth. I've gone through that many times, that there's sometimes that it's the truth that's painful, but it's also healing. It's disinfecting. That's what is important. That I have to face life on life's terms, and I have to face things that I haven't been facing, and I've been running from things. And what's hard in family situations is being able to tolerate other people's emotional reactions. I know that alcoholism is a family disease, and a part of alcoholism is immature emotions, maladaptive emotions, just extreme emotions, and it's hard to tell the truth to my family members sometimes, because I know that they're going to not handle their emotions very well. So how do I deal with that? Might as well not say anything. Might as well not tell them the truth, or tell them even about my experience, which is not the best. It's not the best way to relate. That's why I have recovery friends and a recovery community, because it's a place that we could share our thoughts and experience and feelings and our beliefs and all of that, and be accepted still, not in a non-judgmental presence. Well, that's the goal, at least. That's the ideal. We always speak in ideals, but we have to work work for that ideal as well. All right, y'all. Courage to Change, February 21st. I will see you soon. Take it easy. Bye.